Video live, audio live in Anchor for the podcast. Good morning, everyone. It is, what day are we? Friday, January 8th at 7 a.m. I decided that I am going to tackle this part of my life first thing in the morning for several reasons, but first one and the major one is because my mind is more clear and I'm able to concentrate better. Plus, everybody's asleep. And talking about sleeping, very soon, due to COVID, very soon, the kids are going back to school, which it can be a great blessing for, especially for my wife. But it can be a good, great blessing. You never realize what you have until you actually lose it. Such a common and easy habit of waking up early in the morning and taking the kids to school, and then you come home and you're able to accomplish everything you want to get done. Well, when COVID happened, of course, everything changed, and now they've been going to school online, which it's. I thought, this is very interesting. I mean, I'm a person that I always tell people if I cannot buy something online, if I cannot do anything of my life online, I probably will never get it done. But I don't know, the more I realize that there's some things that you cannot do online or you shouldn't do online actually. And anyway, just to make things short, going to school, homeschooling, it is tough, it is tough, and not necessarily for me, for my wife, she really has to push herself. She becomes a teacher. And, you're not probably having gone to school to be a teacher. You don't have the knowledge to be a teacher, and it becomes a little bit of a challenge situation, if that makes sense. So anyway, so next week they'll be back to school. They're meeting their teachers today online. And such an easy experience. Anyway, we're talking about waking up in the mornings, right? So I'm trying to get them into this habit to, hey, let's wake up early. My son, to make it to school on time, he's going to have to wake up at 6:50. My other kids are gonna have to wake up at 7:30. So that really makes you start thinking, well, what time are they supposed to go to bed? And when they go to bed, they start playing between each other. They start jumping on the bed and doing everything the kids do. So it's like, well, how do I teach these kids to go to bed on time so they can wake up on time without yelling at them, without like punishing them, without you know what I'm saying, like anything that a normal parent would do. So that brings to my other topic. I was reading the book of Atomic Habit by. See, this is the thing about Anchor, because I am using the application to make the podcast, so I'm not able to browse through my phone. But Atomic Habit by James Clear, and is narrated by him. And what I found is, either when I start listening to an audiobook, either it catches my attention right from the get go and I go from beginning to end. My personal experience, this book, it hasn't happened like that for me. I am going through the book more because I am literally, it's my goal to listen to a new book every other day, or, just constantly be going through books. I want to burn through books now. So I'm pushing myself to listen to him because, and there's a couple of things in the book that I don't necessarily agree with, but out of every book you always learn something. What I'm learning from this book is that when it comes down to habits, we tend to lean towards the path of less resistance. What that means is, like there's a lot of things that you do in your life. If you think about it, a lot of habits, whether they're good or bad, um, you normally create those habits because it's easy for you to do. Let me explain. For example, junk food. For a while, for a long time, I cannot say this. I really focus on my career, growing the business, growing whatever thing I'm doing, and it's so easy just to pull into McDonald's and say, through the app, because I'm not gonna go through a drive-through, and I'm not gonna walk inside. I'm gonna go to a curbside, and through the app, I'm just able to order. I want a Big Mac, I want a dollar burger, I want nuggets. So hey, there's a deal. There's the dollar fry. Oh my gosh, have you guys tried that? The dollar fries. Yeah, those are addicting. Those things are like, I don't know what they put on those things, but they are freaking addicting. And they haven't changed over the years. My first job was at McDonald's, and the fries taste just the same from 20 years ago till today. That's good for McDonald's, I guess. So anyway, junk food became a very bad habit of mine. Just because it's easy, it's very convenient, and it makes you feel full. At least that's what you think at the moment when you need it, when you're hungry, so you can continue and keep doing the things that you're doing, right? But of course, you're gonna tell me, well, if you keep eating that way, what is going to happen to you? And you're absolutely right. I don't know, I gained 20 extra pounds that I didn't want to gain, and for the life of me, and I wouldn't say that I'm fat, but I always had this tendency to keep my body was never fat, and I always was, I wouldn't say skinny, but I always was like fit or semi-fit. But this time it was a challenge to lose those 20 pounds. It was incredibly difficult. I mean, even going running, working out, going to a gym, it just wouldn't happen. I tried several things like, well, you need to gain weight, and then your muscles will eat the fat, or you need to eat less, or you need to eat homemade food instead of junk food. I couldn't lose the 20 pounds. So I got a job at Amazon and Amazon warehouse in the fulfillment center, and I only worked there for like a month and a half, but I lost the 20 pounds. You can imagine how hard you're working there. And it was mainly about burning calories and things like that. But I guess that's one of the things that I'm getting out of the book is that, you want to create your goals or the habits that you're trying to accomplish. You want to set up goals, and you want to put them in your schedule in a way that is very convenient for you and very easy for you. And sometimes that can be very challenging, because you have life. You have life. I mean, you're trying to bring money, you have a business, and sometimes you cannot just sit down and eat a healthy meal. Sometimes waking up in the mornings is extremely difficult for a billion reasons. And and you know and uh, not only for your kids, for everybody. Sometimes you want to get in shape, but getting yourself to the gym is incredibly difficult. Sometimes you just don't have the money to even afford a gym, or to afford any any of the goals that you're trying to accomplish. So how do you do it? For example, for me, is this podcast. I know that this is something that I wanted to do for a long time. And my main excuse, and this is me opening up to you guys, my main excuse was, well, there's no editing. It's funny how we justify ourselves. If I do it just raw, nobody's gonna watch this because I'm not editing anything. And then the other justification I had is, well, I have a subscription with Adobe Premiere Pro. I'm already paying $30 a month. $30 a month. Therefore, I have to use it. So I have to edit my videos. So when I will record a video, it will stay on my phone, and I will not touch it because I need to edit it. I am paying for it, so I am going to edit it. And I will do it once a week, once every other week. And without momentum, and that's something else that the book talks about, without momentum, you're not going to accomplish anything. One of the things that the book explains is that a lot of times how can I say this? We planned, we put a lot of preparation in everything we do, and then we do it, and it comes up as an average result. When Most of the time, all we gotta do is do things. We polish things as we do them. And the more times we do something, the better we get at that specific thing. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but so that's are the two major things that I've learned about this book so far. I like it. I would recommend it to people. Yeah, sure, I would recommend it. Why not? I mean, there's a couple things, like I said in the book, that I'm not particularly happy about. I don't agree with. Like, we were monkeys and we lived like billions of years ago, and that's the reason why we do the things we do and stuff. I think that's ridiculous. That we come from a rock, the rock became unstable, and the rock became soup, and the soup somehow became alive, and then boom, we're here. Yeah, I'm not. As you can see, the whole evolution thing. It's stupid. It's brainless. It doesn't make any sense. It's a religion, in my opinion, some personal faith belief, but that's a different topic. That we can talk about that in a different podcast. Thank you everybody for watching. That's it. I hope you guys have a great Friday in whatever thing you're trying to accomplish. I appreciate the fact that you're watching this. If you're watching it in YouTube, I appreciate the fact that you're listening to this in Anchor, which hopefully it's in iTunes and some of the major platforms out there. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you tonight or tomorrow. See ya. Bye.